Hello, my name is Roman, and this is my brother Pavel. We moved to Houston as refugees in 2007. We grew up in a country called Uzbekistan where our parents were doing ministry and reaching people who have never heard of Jesus. But in 2007, Uzbekistan became 7th most persecuted country in the world, and the government really didn't like what our parents were doing, so they decided to kick us out. They gave us 48 hours to leave the country, and they put in our passports a stamp that said that we were spiritual terrorists. Then we moved to Moscow, where my brother and I experienced some racial abuse and some of the hardest times of our life. But God's hand moved us here to Houston. In 2007, we moved to North Houston. We didn't know any English, we didn't know anybody, but we knew that God wanted us here. It is amazing to see that Houston is the most diverse city with the most refugees.
When we moved to Houston, we found out that there was a beach nearby about 70 miles from Houston. And to us, it was just amazing because in Uzbekistan, we didn't have anything like it. And quickly became one of our favorite spots here. And we would often go there as a family. And one of the favorite things that we did there is play soccer. We always brought a soccer ball with us. And so one day when we went out with our family just to kind of have a relaxing day at the beach, we brought a ball in. So Roman, myself, and my dad started to play soccer, just kicking around, and soon, within maybe 5 to 10 minutes, 5 guys joined. They didn't speak any English. They just said, "Hey, can we play soccer?" And we said, "Of course, let's do it." And within the next 5 to 10 minutes, we had about 20 people just playing soccer together. And it was so beautiful to see that there were so many nations together and really didn't know the language, but they knew the language of sport, the language of soccer. And that day, God really placed a big dream in our hearts, and to start a big soccer tournament here in Houston among all the nations of the world that we have here, because Houston is such a huge melting pot of nations. And as we started, God really taught us amazing new things. And one of the things that He really spoke that, not using sports just to interact with people and bringing communities together, but really go out there and make disciples that make disciples through sport. And we were able to see that through many years.
It's interesting to see the Cup of Nations now is not just in Houston, but in over 27 cities of the United States and 35 other nations. God is using that small dream that we had that was born in Galveston, and He has multiplied it. Cup of Nations also opened doors for us to enter many refugee communities in Southwest Houston. Now we're able to do soccer academies, soccer clubs, as well as kids clubs and various other programs that allow us to connect with communities, find people of peace, share the gospel, and make disciples. We truly believe in our mission. We want to see self-sustainable disciple-making movements happening among the refugees and the international communities of Houston. We believe that these movements will go far beyond our city and reach nations and many other cities around the world.